guys, it's me Christina, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get started on calligraphy. So the first thing I want to go through is different materials you can use. So first up, you can use a regular ballpoint pen as a great starting tool. This is the Bic Crystal 1.6mm edition. You can usually find these called extra bold. The next thing that is great tool that are super affordable are Crayola markers. And these are just your standard Crayola marker. This is in violet. Or you can also go with a thinner option, which is Crayola Super Tips. So those are some, affordable options. Then you have options for, after you're done getting started and you got a handle on it. These options are really good too. A Chisel Tip Pen like this one doesn't have to be a mild liner. It can be a regular chisel tip marker. And I know that Speedball has a chisel tip calligraphy pen, so let me just get that. They actually make two different types. They have the original one. It's called Elegant Writer, but mine's pretty old, so it faded. See, it's just a classic chisel tip. It's a little bit of a different shape compared to the mild liner. It's just a little bit narrower of a tip. But they also have this kind, which is the same thing, Elegant Writer, but it's got two sides. It has, just like the mild liner actually, the mild liner has a bullet tip on one side, and the Elegant Writer has a fine chisel tip instead of a bullet tip, but still almost the same. And then they have, these are the two, these are double-ended chisel tips. So it is definitely completely different than this kind of chisel tip, but we're going to include this in the video because I actually forgot about this one. And then of course the famous Tombow brush pens. Just like the mild liner, it has a chisel tip on the end and a brush on the other end. These are my favorite, but they're definitely harder to use compared to these other pens that we're going to go through. So, let's get started with just using a regular pen. This is great for practicing how to write calligraphy. So, first, what you're going to do is, just trying out with your normal handwriting. I usually like to write something that has all the letters of the alphabet, but today I'm just going to write handwriting. So that's my normal handwriting. My everyday handwriting, this is my normal speed. But if you want to write something fancy, you can totally do that too. So as you can see, I'm not really good at writing in script with a ballpoint pen. So I really prefer just using my regular handwriting to practice writing in script with a regular pen. Then the next option is to try writing in script with a thin marker. I'm using the thin chisel tip. So as you can see, my script is much different in a marker than a pen. But I don't prefer chisel tips. And now you can even try it with a thicker one. This one is much smoother than the other one, and the speedball one. But like I said, I don't prefer chisel tips. I definitely prefer and recommend brush tips for calligraphy. I just think that it's a much better choice. So let's talk about brush pens. These Crayola markers are not brush pens. They are regular markers, but they work in a similar way. So when you write with a brush pen or a Crayola pen, you want to make sure that you're holding it at an angle to the paper. If you hold it straight to the paper, you're not going to get any varied lines. So you don't want that. So you want to hold it at an angle, especially with Crayola. So you're just going to go ahead and go light pressure going up. Like the upstrokes are going to have a light pressure. So you want almost no pressure to the side strokes and especially the upstrokes. And on the downstrokes, you want to press hard to get more out of a thicker stroke. So I'll be right back. Sorry that the lighting changed. My phone's flash just died. So, well, the phone was dying. So, yeah, I had to use my lamp. But the same thing with super tips. You go light like this. So you go light up and like a hard pressure when you go down. So no pressure, a lot of pressure. And the reason why I don't like using Crayola, because the tip bends when you use it. It's not meant for this. So eventually it'll stay bent. Like this one. It's gotten pretty bent. But if you use a Tombow or any kind of brush pen that's made for this stuff, it won't bend. And it's so much easier to control. You get really nice thin and really nice thick downstrokes. So a great example is making O's. Right? Or just swirls. E's is good to practice. You really want to take your time when you are doing calligraphy. See what happens when I go fast? Writing the word love. See, I already forgot how to make my L. So let's try that again. So that doesn't look pretty. But if you go slow, and you just really relax yourself and get in the moment of just writing. See how much different that looks? And you really just, like I said, go slow. See how nice variation I get? Instead of going fast. It's way different. And your edges will always be sharp that way. You're not coloring, you're writing nice and slow. Even if your handwriting is normally fast, like mine, is normally pretty quick. You don't want to write this quickly with a brush pen. Another trick is to lift after every stroke or every letter, and it will make a big difference. Now let's see me not lift my pen and write the same word. As you can see, I still stopped in between. Where I would lift my pen, I stopped writing for a second to, gather my way. But you can tell the difference. It looks significantly different. This is definitely much better. And then you can plan out, where you want each stroke to be. And a great way to practice this is by switching the color after every letter, which forces you to lift your pen. So there you have it. Those are just some different types of calligraphy markers. I'll make another video soon about different types of brush pens and how to find the best one for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to check the description for a chance to win a shout out. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.